What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm gonna try to make this a quickie, but I've been having quite a few comments and people reaching out to me wondering exactly the update on the YJ, on what has kind of taken place in the last couple weeks. It's been pretty fast paced, but the latest thing I've been doing is a axle swap. I think most of you knew that who follow me, but let's go ahead and start with, let's start with the front. You can see up here, I have welded this bracket in here, and then I also reinforced it right here, and then just ran another plate right here. Plenty strong. I did the same thing on this side as well. Now, something I may do, but I haven't yet, and I haven't had any issues, but I have an adjustable track bar, and that just makes sure that your axle stays in line and it doesn't move side to side. I don't think I've really had any issues. I think these are beefy enough that they do the job, but I probably will add that. Why I haven't is because it ripped out right here, but this will run down to like a bracket over here, and it just keeps the axle from moving back and forth, so forth. But that's kind of that. Let's see. I did get the front drive shaft in, so that worked. Just got the four-wheel drive all hooked up. Now the interesting part, which was an issue that I was having, is when you would hit the accelerator, I would get so much axle wrap, which is from having too much torque. So what I did to combat that was, if you see these, they are actually for a tractor. Heim joints are really expensive, and I picked up this for $20. Each bar was 20 bucks, so 40 bucks, about the cost of 2 Heim joints. So and I didn't have to do anything to it. They were adjustable, so you just adjust them. But what happened was, this is keeping the axle from, when it's under load, raising up, because the axles like to, torque up. This keeps that from happening, and it keeps the axle angle good, so it's nice and smooth. Now, if you were trying to probably like flex, like let's say you didn't have the leaf springs, that would be a different story. But because I have the leaf springs, I'm not going to get too much flex anyways. So yeah, it's probably, I don't know if it's affecting any kind of flex that way. I don't really think it is, because if you were to 4-link it, you would kind of have the same geometry of the 2 bars, one on top, one underneath, or however the 4-link setup you buy is set up. So yeah, I'm not really that worried about it, but it is running really smooth now with these 2 bars set up. So I have one here, and I also have one on this side as well. And I just welded these tabs onto the frame. I could not be more happy with how like the setup is. Really impressed with it. So that pretty much wraps up like the exterior. The axles are, if I didn't mention it, are out of a 99 F250. So they are plenty beefy. Now let's come on to here. We've got a 24 valve out of a 2001 Dodge 2500. I rotated, like flipped the manifold. So typically the turbos on those sit down here. I flipped the manifold around so it pointed up, and I stuck the turbo on top here. For now, I don't have an intercooler, but I will be going to a intercooler at some point, probably this year sometime, just to you know, kind of keep things a little cooler and to make a little more power. Let's see, I did the P pump. The biggest thing is probably the P pump conversion from a 12 valve. So that makes this completely mechanical. I don't have any, you know, no electronics or computers telling it to run. Let's see. I think that about wraps it up for under here. So when it comes to transmissions, I always forget that part, but I do have an MP241 DHD transfer case. And a NV4500 transmission. Now, the MP241 DHD transfers case do not have a slip yoke eliminator available for sale. And I didn't know that when I got the transfer case. It actually came with the transmission. So the issue with that is that that's why the drive shaft is so short. If you see, like, it is just super short. And so the issue, you know, I had to stretch the axle back, which, you know, didn't really want to do, but it's growing on me. So, but the issue is that with the MP241 DHD, you can't get a slip yoke eliminator. So this is the route I had to go. And the DLD transfer cases, they do sell the slip yoke eliminators. So all that to say, at some point, I will be going to a DLD transfer case, or LDL, I can't remember. Anyways, I will be getting a different transfer case at some point so I can put a slip yoke eliminator, and maybe potentially at some point stretch the axle back just a little bit more, but that will be down the road once I run out of things to do, because that would be eventually when I 4-link the whole Jeep and get rid of the leaf springs altogether. And then also, while we're talking about suspension, kind of, someone commented on my, I think it was YouTube, it may have been Instagram, but it was either Instagram or YouTube. They made a comment that's saying, like, you've got like a, you know, I forget the amount, like $20,000 Jeep, and then you're running rough country shocks, which is true. So all that to say, be patient. I know these shocks, they're $100, gets you 4 of them on eBay, super cheap. That's the kind of the budget I had to work with. You know, they're working okay. Yes, they're not Kings or Bilstein or, you know, whatever, but Fox shocks. At some point, I promise you guys, I will be getting, you know, a set of King shocks or Fox shocks or Bilstein nice shocks. Whatever it will be, though, will probably be when I 4-link it, because I don't want to buy a nice set and then when I go to 4-link it, them be too short or be the wrong size or not quite what I'm looking for. I just want to make one nice purchase. So this is kind of a, I say temporary setup, but kind of is what it is. I know this is a lot of talking, and I'm sorry about that. The interior, I do have the 4-wheel drive hooked up. You can see right there. I just don't have, I need to make a handle selector lever for the transfer case. Right now I just, I can pop it in 4, manually get out, do it, lock the hubs. These do have manual locking hubs, so I've got to manually do it, but most people do on something this old anyways. So yeah, that is kind of the walk around. I got these cool stickers that my neighbor actually custom made for me. I think it adds a little something to it. And let's see. Oh, let's talk about something real quick. I was driving, or yesterday, I was actually washing the Jeep right here in the driveway, and I had to run out to the store, and I got down the road about a little bit, and all of a sudden my hood just flies back faster than I could do anything about, and it hit right here, and I guess it hit the windshield and just started all up in the center there. Ironically, what probably cracked it is these right here. But in any case, it dented my hood. I was able to bang a lot of it out, but kind of a really sucky situation because, well, under here you can see bent this core support, and I haven't really taken much time to try to like hammer it out more, but when it's shut you can see it, but it's not as bad as it could be. The main thing I'm just like bummed about is you can see the windshield. Thankfully over on the driver's side it's not as bad, it doesn't come down as low, but definitely gonna have to be getting a new windshield. It was very embarrassing. I know the one of the most common things on these YJs is the hood looking just like that with the little crease. It's very common, but I knew better than to forget to put it lock it down. So the only reason I had it unlatched is because I was cleaning this seam right here, which you can't get with the hood down. So anyways, enough rambling. Hopefully that helps you guys out. The diff covers will be getting powder coated, as well as U-bolts and brackets and all sorts of stuff. Those will all be getting powder coated Jamaican teal here shortly, but I just wanted to get everything running and driving smooth before I really take it apart and powder coat a whole bunch of stuff. But it does need it. It looks a little bland right now with all the just gray. However, once we get that Jamaican teal pop on the axle and suspension, it will really, I think, bring it to the next level for ultimate enjoyment of the eye when you see it. Also, these wheels gotta go. I need to get some 17. I'm looking for some 17 by 10 with like some pretty aggressive offset, and it should pop like the wheels, tires out another couple inches. So that's kind of what I'm going for. It's already pretty wide, but I'm looking for mega wide. And since I don't have state inspection because it is an antique, don't have to worry about that. If someone wants to be a jerk and pull me over and give me a ticket for it, then so be it. But at least I don't have an inspection to worry about. And so I think that's where we're gonna leave this video off. If you have any more questions or anything you want me to dive into deeper in detail, please leave a comment below. More than happy to answer any questions. If you have any critiques about my building, experience or what I did wrong, please leave a comment below. I like to hear exactly what I did wrong. So leave that, and I will catch you guys in another video. Until then, keep grinding. Peace.